A large number of zombie parks in Tianjin have been exposed, with the Binhai New Area comprising over 100 abandoned buildings. Among these is the Tianjin 117 Tower in Xiqing District, standing nearly 600 meters tall, which has even set the Guinness World Record for the tallest unfinished building. This landmark building in Tianjin is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to unfinished real estate projects in Tianjin and around the country. On May 29th, the topic Tianjin Industrial Park with over 100 unfinished buildings trended on social media. Binhai New Area has over 100 unfinished buildings, with investments totaling 1.3 billion RMB. According to a report by China's Central Television's Focus Report, the Xiaxiang Chemical Pipe Logistics Center, also known as the Bingang Building Materials City, started construction in August 2011 but remains unfinished to this day. 10 years ago, the project was promoted as the Binhai Xiaxiang International Logistics Center, planned to be a modern logistics hub integrating procurement, storage, trading, and settlement. At that time, the developers claimed over 150 businesses had expressed interest in moving in, and the center was expected to attract nearly 1,000 businesses with annual sales potentially reaching 20 billion RMB. However, 10 years later, the park has neither welcomed any businesses nor completed construction, leaving over 100 unfinished buildings. Phoenix TV once reported that the Binhai Business District in Tianjin had become China's largest ghost town, with 30% of the projects already abandoned and all remaining projects halted. This outcome was seen as the result of policy-driven development that scared off developers. Some netizens questioned the necessity of reviving a project that has been dead for so many years. Tianjin Xiaxiang Investment Development Company Limited, responsible for the project, is on the brink of bankruptcy with its land seized. The company is now in bankruptcy liquidation, and past investors have become creditors, some strongly opposing being treated merely as creditors and repeatedly seeking government recognition of their property rights. The developers argue that ineffective implementation of government support policies, cautious attitudes from financial institutions and partners, and a broken capital chain led to financial lawsuits and subsequent project stagnation. Registered businesses canceled their registrations, halting all construction activities, turning the ambitious commercial hub into a desolate ghost town. The news revealed by CCTV has sparked widespread online debate, with many asking who was responsible for the project, how many departments are involved, why the project was abandoned, and where the money went. Some wondered if Tianjin's top officials had been oblivious to these unfinished buildings for the past decade. Many netizens believe that unfinished buildings are a widespread issue across the country and question why CCTV specifically exposed those in Tianjin, suggesting that officials in Tianjin might face repercussions. In Tianjin, there is an unfinished building that has garnered global attention. The Golden Finance 117 Tower, commonly known as Tianjin 117 Tower, located in the high-tech industrial park of Xiqing District. It has been under construction for over a decade, with a total investment exceeding 60 billion RMB. It stands as the most tragic unfinished building in the world. The Tianjin 117 Tower has 117 floors and is extraordinarily grand and magnificent. It covers a total area of 847,000 square meters and reaches a structural height of 596.5 meters. To meet structural demands and enhance overall load-bearing capacity, the tower's foundation utilizes 120-meter-long piles with anti-buckling supports, each weighing 210 tons. The tower includes 3 underground levels. Below the 92nd floor are office spaces, while the upper floors host a 5-star hotel. The 115th floor features a high-end club with a sky pool. The 116th floor houses a large restaurant, and the 117th floor contains a rotating bar and cafe. It is a comprehensive skyscraper integrating offices, hotels, commerce, and tourism. Over the past 12 years, the project has faced multiple halts, resumptions, and transfers, ultimately failing to escape its fate as an unfinished building. What caused this downfall and what lies ahead? The contractor behind the Tianjin 117 Tower is the Hong Kong-based Golden Group, a well-known real estate company listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange in 1992. The ambitious group aimed to make Tianjin 117 Tower the tallest building in mainland China, garnering global attention. Initially, the project proceeded as planned, attracting the interest of wealthy individuals worldwide. However, in 2015, Hong Kong's economy fell into recession, leading to significant tax and economic adjustments. As a result, the Hong Kong stock market plummeted. On May 21, 2015, Golden Financial's market value dropped sharply from 114.1 billion Hong Kong dollars to 122 billion Hong Kong dollars, losing over 80 billion Hong Kong dollars in one night. Additionally, the Golden Group faced cash flow issues due to extensive global asset acquisitions, leading to significant bank debts and creditor problems. Although Golden Financial attempted to raise funds by issuing new shares and bonds, the amount was insufficient to continue the tower's construction, resulting in an indefinite halt. Another reason for the project's suspension was the unsuccessful commercial leasing efforts. Large commercial buildings like the Tianjin 117 Tower require a thriving local tertiary industry and high-profit financial sector as foundational support. However, the number of businesses willing to move in was very few at the time, exacerbating the group's financial strain. After the project came to a complete halt in 2016, Golden and China Cinda Asset Management Corporation decided to collaborate. To save the building, China Cinda invested 9 billion RMB with plans to complete construction by 2019. However, in 2018, the Tianjin 117 Tower faced another suspension. The shocking reason was that the 9 billion RMB was embezzled by Golden chairman Pan Su-tong, who used the money to purchase villas in Hong Kong. This fraudulent act led China Cinda to take legal action against him. In July 2022, Pan Su-tong was forced into bankruptcy liquidation. Since then, the Tianjin 117 Tower has seen no progress. During the peak of construction, many transformers were installed on various floors. When the funding ran out, many suppliers dismantled and sold the installed equipment to mitigate their losses. Now, only the reinforced concrete structure remains, enduring weather conditions and posing increasing safety concerns. Nearby residents have expressed that their personal safety is threatened and strongly demand that if the building is not to be completed, it should be demolished. However, over the years, no definitive plan for its disposal has been finalized. The government has stated that demolishing the Tianjin 117 Tower would be a highly difficult and dangerous project due to its location in a bustling commercial area. In January of this year, Tianjin authorities responded to the 117 project issue by encouraging various ways to revive the project to achieve full resumption of construction. Generally, given the rapid downturn in the real estate industry, other developers are unlikely to take over unfinished buildings. As of now, the future of the Tianjin 117 Tower remains uncertain. Tianjin's economy has been in a slump for years. The city's second tallest building, the Chow Tai Fook Finance Center, or K11 Atelier, locally known as the Golden Staff, stands 530 meters tall with 103 floors above ground. This landmark integrates office spaces, a hotel, apartments, and commercial retail. Now, 4/5 of its office space is vacant, and construction on surrounding buildings has stopped, leaving only towering skeletal structures. The once grand shopping mall has now only a few struggling stores and lacks the bustling atmosphere it once promised. The disappointing mix of brands and visible empty shops make for a poor shopping experience.
This isn't just happening to K11 in Binhai. It's a widespread issue. Before it was completed, many people were drawn to the K11 shopping center under the Golden Staff for its upscale and artistic design. On its opening day, it attracted countless young people eager to take photos and check it out. However, revisiting K11 now reveals a stark contrast. The mall is quiet, with few people apart from some shops on the main thoroughfare of the first floor. Many stores have closed, and vacant spaces are everywhere. Rumor has it that due to the low foot traffic and poor business performance, many tenants are operating at a loss and have started closing and vacating their stores. A sad turn of events from its once glorious opening.
Compared to first-tier cities like Beijing and Shanghai, Tianjin has long lacked prominent local enterprises and key industries. Despite this, Tianjin has a large number of industrial parks, 314 in total, with 10 national level, 42 municipal level, 93 district level, and 169 below district level. In 2018, only 4 national level parks had GDPs exceeding 50 billion RMB, and just one municipal level park exceeded 40 billion RMB. The remaining parks failed to reach 10 billion RMB in GDP and faced severe survival challenges. In August 2018, the government began restructuring industrial parks, retaining only 37 and eliminating an astonishing 88%. This drastic reduction not only resulted in many unfinished industrial parks, but also triggered a wave of chemical plant closures. By 2023, no Tianjin enterprises were on the Fortune Global 500 list. Over the past decade, Tianjin's GDP has been overtaken by cities like Nanjing, dropping from 7th to 11th nationwide. A key issue in Tianjin's growth dilemma is the unsustainable investment-driven GDP model. Since investment growth plummeted to 0.5% in 2017, it has remained sluggish, with a decline of 5.6% in 2018, a brief rebound in 2019, and continued declines of 3%, 4.8%, 9.9%, and 16.4% over the next 4 years. The decline appears to have started around 2016 and 2017. One significant event during this period was the catastrophic explosion in Tianjin's Binhai New Area on August 12, 2015. The explosion created a massive mushroom cloud visible from space and caused an earthquake. The Ruihai Logistics warehouse at the center was leveled, and nearby buildings, including a police station, were reduced to ruins. Thousands of cars in a nearby import lot were destroyed, and the aluminum wheels melted. Vanke Golden Bay, Vanke Twin Towers, Wantong Newtown International, TEDA Fashion Square, and Xiqing Jiayuan were heavily damaged. A journalist from Xiaxiang who arrived at the scene described it as a post-apocalyptic landscape with an eerie silence and an unusual pervasive odor. After the explosion, Chinese authorities immediately imposed a news blackout, restricting independent reporting by Chinese media. Official reports claimed 173 people were killed and over 800 injured, but many believe the actual numbers are much higher. The true details of the explosion remain obscured. The 2015 explosion drastically altered Tianjin's trajectory, effectively setting back its development. The city experienced significant population loss and poor infrastructure planning, hindering the progress of the Binhai New Area. For a long time, the area was dotted with unfinished buildings. Additionally, following the explosion, the Tianjin government imposed stricter regulations on hazardous chemical companies and chemical project approvals. This had a direct impact on Tianjin's traditional heavy and light industries and triggered a chain reaction of debt defaults, increasing the debt burden on state-owned enterprises and causing a decline in general revenue growth, further tightening investment. Extensive borrowing has made Tianjin one of China's most debt-ridden local governments. In April 2023, a macroeconomic research report from Yukai Securities highlighted that Tianjin's debt issues have frequently drawn market attention in recent years, mainly due to high debt ratios and imbalanced debt structures. By 2022, local government debt had reached over 864 billion RMB, with a debt ratio of 295.1%, the highest in the country. Since last year, there have been numerous reports of Tianjin's financial depletion. Starting in 2022, schools, public institutions, and some government employees in Tianjin experienced delayed or reduced salaries. In 2023, large-scale salary arrears were reported. Online rumors frequently circulated about Tianjin's inability to pay wages. Reports of Tianjin's debt ratio reaching 500% and the city's impending bankruptcy have surfaced repeatedly over the past 2 years. A few months ago, a post on social media platform X claimed that Tianjin Party Secretary Chen Min-er, recognizing the severe debt situation, sought to distance himself from responsibility by indicating the debt ratio had reached 500%. To address the bankruptcy issue, Chen planned to cut civil servant bonuses and benefits significantly and to reduce the civil service workforce. Chen's actions upon taking office suggest he does not want to be blamed for Tianjin's bankruptcy. However, this does not absolve him of responsibility for the enormous local government debt. Independent commentator Chai Shen-kun noted on X that even with his close ties to Xi Jinping, Chen has been unable to resolve Tianjin's debt crisis. Renowned Chinese financial analyst Lao Man pointed out that the development of Tianjin's Binhai New Area since 2010 resulted in one of China's most notorious ghost towns, becoming a cautionary example of failed urban development. If Tianjin hadn't managed to leverage the rise of e-bike and battery manufacturing to meet delivery service demands after 2018, its manufacturing sector might have nearly vanished. From any perspective, Tianjin is a failed city, surviving largely due to its status as a municipality directly under the central government, which affords it some political resources. Otherwise, its economic scale would likely be smaller than that of a prefecture-level city. A lawyer from Beijing's Jingshi law firm, Chen Zhihui, remarked that Tianjin's industrial parks are just a microcosm of the broader situation in China. The phenomenon of unfinished buildings and stalled projects may become increasingly common in an era of economic downturn and a declining real estate market. With weak consumer purchasing power and confidence, and tightening financial tools and leverage, the once booming real estate market has entered a bubble-bursting phase.